All right.
Okay.
All right. Years ago, early on, I learned that when we were in civilian clothes, if we do the scout sign and put it over our heart, we're doing the scout pledge of allegiance. So if you'll join me in the pledge to our flag, and then if someone will step up and do the oath and law, and we'll begin the meeting. So please join me in the pledge to our flag. You might mute so that it doesn't become a really wild sounding event. So please join me in the pledge to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Two. Scout sign.
On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight.
And
A
the law.
scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent.
Two. And thank you. Let me stop the screen from sharing. Patty, were you going to try to show your?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
While that's coming up, remember, please put your name and the unit you are attached to, so we can recognize the leading unit with attendance. So change your name to where it shows your unit as well. Go ahead, Patty.
Okay, sir. This is the change what I made. You and Lisette are going to talk about the youth protection updates, and Lisette is going to talk about how to keep on the files at the unit level, and then she's going to go to the BSA and talk a little bit more in detail. So go ahead, sir.
Okay. I hadn't had time to make the breakout room, so the youth protection, we had a big a discussion about it last time, and the changes for council are beginning to show in the signups and so forth. We need to make sure that we have information into the councils for background checks for adults, and there is a page on the national website that talks about, has a frequently asked questions. And so that's just a reminder that we covered that last time at our last meeting. There were changes made to the youth protection. If you haven't taken the latest version of the online youth protection training, you may want to do that to help you understand more of what's going on. And also we discussed regarding the fact that Texas has approved the youth protection training for that meets their requirements for state youth protection. And the only stipulation is that when you do put the when you do put the when you do produce your youth protection certificate, you add the number that is on a document that I will share. We'll let a few more people try to come in, and but there's a number that the state has that you will need to enter onto your youth protection certificate, the Boy Scout youth protection certificate, that will indicate that you are also certified for the Texas youth protection training as well. There's no longer a separate training. So Patty, we need to tell the folks again about making sure that they are. I'm sorry, I'm trying to think of two things too. The unit and so forth. Make sure that we have that on the screen. I'm going to go ahead and put make the rooms.
Yes, please, put your unit name, your unit number, I'm sorry, in front of your name, so we can get you the rooms. And then also for the ward for this roundtable, please.
Okay, one more here. Featuring. Dr. Margot, you want to talk about the health and the status of our council and you?
Sure. Thanks, Mike, and thanks, Patty. Thanks for everybody else for being here. I am about to pull to a stop, so I'm actually driving right now, so I'm not in the video. Overall, we're really excited. Got a lot of really cool events coming up. I know we've got Camporee coming up in just 2 weeks. This weekend, please, everybody stay safe. Have a happy Easter. Stay safe. Try to have, everybody use the best common sense. Keep an eye on all the little ones, especially around Easter time. Unfortunately, we've had in the past lots of accidents because of kids running rampant and getting really excited and not using their best common sense. So keep an eye on the little ones, especially this weekend and at all the activities coming up. Overall, COVID infections and whatnot are down. We are still seeing some. Again, the best way to protect yourself is to get vaccinated if you're not already. And then, have fun, be safe. It's gotten really hot lately. Obviously, this weekend is going to be the exception, but plenty of fluids. Make sure you guys have plenty of water and hydration available to all, for all our scouts and all our activities and the leaders. Please take care of yourselves as well. Lots of times we make sure the scouts are in the best shape, and we'll forego any of these things ourselves, but you got to take care of yourselves too, because somebody's got to get the kids out of there or be available to get the kids out of any trouble. All right. I'm happy to take any questions. If anybody has any questions right now, I'm going to hop over to our region president's meeting here in just a minute. And I can't see if there's any questions, guys. So if y'all can help me with that.
Yeah, just speak up if you do have a question, and if not, we need to go back to Lizette. And
Question.
Sure.
Hi, Dr. Margot. This is Omar Troop 11. How are you?
Hey, man. Good to see you.
Awesome, buddy. Hey, just curious, it says Council Health here. I mean, would that include like our membership numbers?
I don't really see what you guys are looking at very clearly. What are you talking about, Omar?
I was just curious, it says here Council Health. I'm not sure if that just means health messages like what you just you shared with us, or does that mean like the state of our membership for the council? Is it up, down, sideways, or is that not or am I asking a question? It's both?
No, good question. Yeah, I'm also, besides being the council president, I'm also council health supervisor. I think that's what that was supposed to say. But talking kind of about where we're at, we've basically gotten out of the pandemic already officially. And so overall, looking at the health of the council as far as health and safety. But yeah, as far as the health of the council, our numbers are up. We are seeing some new units that have been starting up. We are one of the few councils that is showing growth, but we want to keep that going in the right direction. We did lose quite a few number of units, particular Cub units, due to the pandemic and during the pandemic time. So, anything you guys can do to help increase membership, in a safe way, we want to keep doing that. So I want to encourage y'all to keep up with the good work y'all are all doing. And let's try to get some more folks to come out and play with us, because this is a wonderful program. We really want to take advantage of it. If you guys have watched the national news, we are officially out of our bankruptcy, and right now BSA National is working through that to help make sure we finalize all the last remaining items that are part of the bankruptcy proceedings. So hopefully this will help with some fundraising. This will help us, people be a little bit less leery of joining for whatever reason.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for that. I just, asked because I know that I and several people share the same goal of raising membership, and it's nice to know where we're at, where we're headed. So thank you for that, Dr.
Yeah,
Margot.
of course.
Could,
Great.
are you getting off right now, Dr. Margot?
I'm about to, but I can answer another question. You got something else for me?
Okay, before you get off, one of the things, and I'm glad to be here at this evening's round table meeting. And one of the things that I'd like to address before, to just a little food for thought. I am really excited about moving forward with scouting, and I've been part of scouting most of my life. One of the things I'd like to see in the council, and maybe this is not the time to talk about it, but a little bit of unification between all of us and all the different districts around, getting involved, because I was talking to some other troop leaders from other areas. One of the things that we lack a lot is a lot of group activities, and I know we have Camporee. I'd like to see what we can do as a group, and I'd be glad to help any way I can, because I feel that we're kind of down here in the bottom of the valley, and I'd like to get to know and be part of the rest of the valley here, because this is an exciting council. There's a lot of just talented people, especially that are right here with us right now, and I feel we just have a major disconnect, and I'd like to see how we can start bringing this together, and have everybody, just like we were talking about merit badge university that you did years ago. And I was talking to some other troops, and they're going to be doing that. And I was like, well, we don't know anything about it. We'd like to be part of it all. So what direction do we need to go to start pulling this together to unify this council a little bit?
I think a lot of it too is, information is real important. So make sure that everybody has information. I know I'm even my own unit. It's hard to get people to jump onto Roundtable. This is going to be kind of the best option for getting folks information about what's going on in the council. And, we just need the manpower or adult power and hands on deck for a lot of the activities we're doing. I know we had to shut down Maribed University because of pandemic. That's the last time we were running one. And that was important. I mean, I was all set to be a counselor too. The Zoom call. Thanks, man. Yeah. Sorry, multitasking here. We had, we were. I was set to. That was going to be one of my wood badge tickets, was to teach a Maribed class. So obviously all that got rerouted and redistributed. And we're always open to ideas. If there's activity you're interested in doing or helping us with, that's fantastic. We want to hear about it. Definitely talk to Mike, talk to Patty, and just raising your hand that you want to help with something. That's the first step.
Oh, I'll raise my hand. I'd like to help. Because so anyway, well, one of the goals that I kind of see for this council is maybe having some sort of a scout fair at Camp Perry one weekend, and maybe include other people besides just scouts, and have somebody bring a guest to the camp to see and have a big fair there and call it Camping into the Future.
That sounds awesome.
Because I think we need to do that.
I already want to go.
Yeah. I mean, I really want to see that happen, because there's just so many people. And I asked some of the scouts, hey, have you asked anybody? And they're like, oh, can you ask people? I was like, yeah, sure. You can ask you bring 50 of them if you want. Well, we just got to find some more adult leaders to help out. That's the biggest challenge. Like you said, it's adult leaders, and all of you that are right here right now, donate so much of your time and have your arms outreached all the time, and which is very appreciative. And you say thank you to all of you for what you do, but it's tough, and I think that's the biggest conflict to solving the problem. But I appreciate your time for a moment.
Of course. And
as far as getting the word out, we do encourage the chairman of the different events to please get a hold of me and let me know what they're planning to do, when and where. without that information, I can't get it on the calendar. So we need responses when we send out a request for information from the event chairman. And you folks need to join the committees that are out there. They're listed on the website, and usually on the calendar events is a person to contact to ask what you can do to help. I think so, responding to that, right? So yes, we need to need help from folks to do the events, and the chairman to put them on and run the committees. So we did have a need to talk with have Lizette talk a little bit about the youth protection. So let's give her a moment. I don't see her. Is she here?
Yes, hi.
Go ahead.
How are you, Mr. Henry? So I just really wanted to hit up, now, did you say youth protection or did you do medical records?
You were going to talk about medical records, which is part of
Okay, so
our safety moments.
yes. So one thing that we saw is, of course, when everyone checks into camps, one of the major thing is, you know, the adults that check in, they want to hurry up and get out of there so that they can go and help set up camp and just get back to doing what they're going to be doing. So one thing that we run into all the time hiccup is the medical forms not being completed. So, and that creates a big delay when we have to give everything back to them to make sure that all the boxes are checked off and stuff. So one thing that I saw on A and B, if everyone, maybe an idea is to just get one person that's kind of attention to detail in maybe your group, or someone that can handle the paperwork in your group and designate someone as an idea and have them submitted prior to the camp out. So like that, everything could be reviewed and checked off prior to it getting submitted by the leader, and making sure all the signatures are in the correct places. I'm going to share my screen real quick, just for one moment. And never mind, I don't know where I have it. So one thing is just looking through, like for example, Camporee, we have sections A and B that need to be completed. I know a lot of the small check boxes, especially the area that talks about allergies, those usually are not completed either. On the medical forms, it has on there for like the scout master information or the adult leader information with their contact number. A lot of times that's not completed either. So if you guys can have, if everyone, we could just spread the word and
What are you doing?
Get everyone to check in and just review the paperwork. Also, another idea is, I know a lot of binders sometimes are submitted with health forms, and it has everybody's health forms in there, whether they're participating in camp or they're not. And so when they turn in the list of the attendees and then, you know, divided up by their patrols, they're digging through this big old binder and pulling out forms and pulling out forms. The forms are missing, forms are incomplete. And that creates a big delay because there's only a couple of us in the office that are trying to process everything to trying to get everybody out, you know, as quickly as possible. So when you have someone in there for, you know, 20 minutes, 25 minutes trying to get their paperwork organized, somebody else can't start the check-in process. So if we could just double check the paperwork, make sure you only have in the binder the paperwork for the leaders and the adults and the youth that are going to be present at that camp out. That would be extremely helpful with moving along the process. And then just making sure all those little bits of pieces that do need to be completed are in there. That would be real helpful, and the quicker we could do it, the quicker, y'all could get back out with the scouts to set up camps or do whatever it is that you have planned for that evening.
One of
Hey,
the
Lizette.
things of success I've seen is that the unit has a medic person, someone who is the health officer for that unit, and they do that all beforehand. And it seems to be successful.
Yes.
Hey, Lizette.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is Raul. Hey, just right now when you were speaking about camp and all that stuff, I was wondering, like, and it might be a lot of paperwork that might be at the camp, but would it be like maybe an option, like after recharter, that the troop or the scoutmaster, of course, collects them and makes a copy, and we keep a binder at camp. That way, that way we already know who's rechartered. We know who's supposed to be there. Even maybe the troop. Hey, you know what? We need the physical at that time. You know what I
We've
mean?
got
So
to
that
be
way,
careful with FERPA on that.
well,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, of course, like the little office where we have to check in. I mean, it's only only certain people are allowed there. You know what I mean? I mean, we do have HIPAA laws and all that stuff where we can't be sharing that information. But I don't think the information on there. I mean, the HIPAA law is pretty much, hey, I'm going to give you this information so you can be aware of the issue. But now, if you were to give it to me and I turn around and say, hey, Mike, did you know that Ada had this or something like that? That's where we're breaking the law. You know what I mean? So, I mean, we're turning that in just for an emergency purpose.
Right. So there's it's for checks and balances too, because in the event that there is an emergency, in the event the camp shuts down for any X or Y reason or anything like that, those binders are there for different purposes.
Mhm.
They're there in the event of an emergency or something. Grab the binders and go. You go to the
Right.
safety area, you go there, and then that's a check and balances of, okay, let's see who's at camp this weekend, what medical issues they have, what concerns we have to deal with. And so that's kind of what it's there for. So I don't know. I'm trying to, did I understand you correctly? So you're if it would be a good idea to actually leave them there the whole time? Like all
No,
year
like right after recharter, we already know who's registered, right? So once we know who's registered, that's when the council will say, hey guys, we need your medical records now, like in mid-February or before it's, so that way everybody who's registered their medical records are at camp for that whole year.
Right.
Now, let's say for instance it closes or for some reason we have to pull out, the leaders are responsible to go and pick them up.
Right. And that's a great idea. It really is. The only thing that I find an issue with in that is you have each event, you have different children participating. You have different adults participating. So if you have a record that is staying just in one location, it's only going to be that much harder and that much more time for it to constantly be updating. Health records change all the time for youth. Medications that they're on, their vaccinations change all the time as well. So all that needs to constantly be getting upgraded. Updated in their record. So the downside to that is if it's there, it's going to only take that much more time for us to give that back to you and then say, here, look through it and update what you need to update to then give it back to us.
Right. No, I understand.
So unfortunately, for time purposes and then for up-to-date information, that doesn't sound too feasible, but it is a great idea if camp for each unit was used more often, like maybe a weekend camp where 2 times a month you're out there and stuff like that, then I think that would be a better play. But One idea is what we do, what I try to incorporate in our Troop 319 is, so whenever I get all the health records, we put the deadline to collect health records 3 weeks prior to the event of the date. So it gives at least 1 week of wiggle room for those last, the ones that come in and at the last minute, right?
Right.
And then I review everything. Once I see everything completed to the T, I make copies of that. I have a binder that the youth records, the medical records are kept with the Scoutmaster in that binder kept at the camp for that Scoutmaster in the event of an emergency right at that camp, or a quick go-to guide, I guess. And then the other one, the other binder with the originals and with all the information is then turned into to the front at check-in. And the only medical records that are in there are the ones of those attending that camp out. So it's constantly being at every single event or camp out, we're double checking that book. So that's
Right.
why I think he said it wouldn't be a bad idea if you get a volunteer from your unit that can kind of be in charge of reviewing the paperwork and kind of keeping that up to date.
Right.
So that would make it so much easier and less stress for the Scoutmasters and some of the other leaders that have other roles in your troop or in your group.
Right. I understand. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions or no? Any other ideas?
Thanks, Lizette. I appreciate that. It is a check-in process is always fun. We are at 33, so we do need to start doing the breakout rooms. But let's see. I did share the YPT for Texas in the chat. That download that letter. It gives you the number you need to play. Scouters need to place on their YPT training to indicate that they meet the state qualifications. No matter what council level activity you are going to, you need to make sure that is on your certificate. Just handwritten on there, but it does need to be the numbers that are in that letter. So just check the chat for that particular file to download to your local device. Okay, if there's any other questions, we do need to break out into the breakout rooms and go from there. We want you to come back about 7:50. But I'm going to go ahead and open all the rooms. If you need help getting into a particular room, the rooms are Cub Scouts, Scouts BSA, and then the Exploring, Venturing, and the Sea Scouts is in a single room. So I encourage you to go into the room you have interest in. And Patty, would just a reminder that you need to have that number on your unit ID on your now before you leave, because this is what we're counting.
I don't see the information in the chat about that state number for the.
It's in there about the in mid or 2/3 of the way into the first paragraph. Let me reopen the document here.
Hey, Andrew, are you online?
You don't see it in. You don't see the document,
Not
Lowry.
not in the chat. No, it's not in the
not
chat.
in the chat.
Not in the chat.
Yeah, it's let's see. Maybe it went to. It says it went to everyone. State of Texas YC 06-0014 Boy Scouts. Yeah, it went in to everyone.
Does anybody else see it?
Nope.
No, I
No,
don't
I
have
don't
it on
see
my
it.
side.
Yeah,
Try one more.
Yeah, you have
Someone-
to
I'm sorry. I'll try to resend it.
Mr. Henry?
You know,
Yeah, I was gonna tell you, I don't think Roger is here, so I can talk about the fishing tournament if need be.
okay, when we get to that after the breakout rooms.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on the menu or agenda after the breakout rooms. Okay. Huh. It's showing that it went. That's strange. To everyone in me.
You posted the breakout rooms too?
No, it won't go into the breakout rooms. It just goes to
Okay.
whoever's here. The way I understand Zoom.
Oh, I see it. I see it, yeah.
Do we pick what breakout room we go into?
Yes, you can, or you can ask me to send you there.
Okay.
You-
I just wanted to just ask that question. Thank you, Mike.
Sure. Yeah, it's free for you to go to into whichever breakout room you're interested in. And if you need help going, I'll be glad to show you the way.
You want to email it to everybody, Mike?
I'll post it on email with I'm going to do a newsletter. I started to do it yesterday, and I hadn't been on it in enough time that I've got to get Rudy to let me back in. So I'm going to try to get that done to either tonight or tomorrow. But Rudy's
Okay,
got to
yeah,
let
no,
me back in. It times
Okay.
out, and he's the only one that has a license to allow me to do it.
Okay. Well, yeah, it didn't post through.
I'm surprised it shows it here. And that's just
Does
amazing.
anybody else see it? No.
Yeah, I don't
It
see
shows
it.
a direct message. It shows a direct message, but it doesn't show the message.
It's the first time that's happened.
Mr. Henry, can you send me to the troop breakout room? I can't seem to, I don't see the change here on my phone.
Who's speaking?
Raul?
Oh, okay. Scouts BSA. Okay, you should get a notice. Patty, you want to go into the Scouts room?
I think Lisette, you were going to the scout room, right? I think she was gonna host that, but I can go. I can go.
Well, okay, I don't know if anybody's in the Cub Scout.
So where did you send a message for what room you want us to go to?
I'm not really, it depends on what device you're using, how it appears, but it should be a button. If you click are you on a computer, a desktop?
Yes, yeah, I'm on my desktop.
Okay,
yes.
then if you go, again, I'm hardly ever on that side of it. I just do the sending. But normally 3 dots at the top right-hand corner of your picture would drop down a menu.
Okay, yes.
You see a join meeting room or breakout room.
None. It says pin, choose virtual, stop video, rename.
Do you want to go to Scout or try it again? Did you see anything pop up that time? Hi, guys. I'm sorry to interrupt. Are y'all getting, yeah, we're looking for somebody to be the leader of the Cub Scouts at the breakout rooms. And the National does provide a video normally or a discussion subject, and then questions to address. And it's I usually send it out to whoever the leader is, but we haven't had a dependable leader in a while. So I just wondered if y'all had anybody to suggest for that. And also, have y'all seen that the Pinewood Derby is up and ready to be signed up for?
Yeah, I saw that. I think you had emailed us and
Mhm.
I posted on our with all the families today regarding Pinewood Derby. Yeah, so
Okay,
we did see that.
all right. Well, I didn't want to interrupt you too much, but I did want you to know that that's out there. Also, real quickly, uh, did y'all receive the letter from the state? This one? Did y'all get that in the chat? Did it finally show up?
In the chat for today's meeting,
Yes.
is it a
Uh,
link or should it look like that?
it's a file. It's a file that would show up in the chat. You could double click on it. Well, this is it, and I'll try to send it again when we get everybody back in the main room.
I'm not seeing the file, so
Okay. All right. Well, it wasn't showing up, and I did see where it resent it, but again, I think it only sends it to the main room. I don't think it sends it to the breakout room. So I'm going to try to send it again. But this is a form that the letter I'm talking about for the youth protection training to show that you're qualified for the Texas training as well. Provided meets the criteria for the state of Texas youth protection training. And this is the number issued training course approval number YC 060014. This is the number you need to make sure is written on your youth protection certificate to indicate that in Texas, you are qualified with youth protection training at the state level as well.
wait, that's to do what sort of activity?
I'm sorry?
Why would we need to
If you're
be,
going to an activity and the state of Texas comes in, I know at summer camp, they always do. And that
okay,
number will need to be on our youth protection certificates.
are you saying
Uh,
an activity beyond scouting or within
No,
scouting?
well, it would qualify for like the Catholic Church and that sort of as well. But for anything council level, that does need to be on when you turn in your user protection training certificate to the event. That needs to be on it. If you for chance go up to a activity like I know you're Cub Scouts, but Merit Badge University that we're talking about. If you go to Austin, that needs to be on your certificate because it's a state certification. It meets the state certification as well as the Boy Scout of America. So it's just protecting us legitimately in the state of Texas for scouting activities as well as the Scouts BSA.
Okay,
All right. Okay, I'll get out of your way. I'm going to go over to the Scouts BSA room and the exploring room as well. Okay,
all
I'm
right,
sorry.
thank you.
I'm still looking for somebody to be a host for the breakout room for Cub Scouts. If you know of anybody, please let me know. Okay,
Okay, thanks.
appreciate it.
Hello.
We're
Hi there, still
back.
folks coming back.
Hello?
Yes, okay, I still have some folks in some of the breakout rooms. I'm waiting for everybody to come back.
Hi.
I was just sucked back into this room. I was really enjoying my breakout room.
Uh-oh, sorry. It was 7:52 when I hit the button. So you got 2 extra minutes.
That's okay. Omar and I were thinking about ordering out to Whataburger.
That's
All
right.
Okay, let me try one more time sending that document that we were referring to earlier. It should be in the chat room now. And apparently there was a switch that I had not seen in the setup. So it should be going in now. Does anybody see it in the chat? You see the
Yes,
file
it's
now?
in the chat.
Okay. Let me do this just to show you the document itself. It's it looks like this, and refers to this is from one of the state officials, and it says training material and supplemental information provided on November 22 meets the criteria. Again, this is for the state of Texas, and the number that you do need to put on your your Scouts VSA due protection training certificate is this right here. And it's especially important if you do something like go to a merit badge university at another council, or a wood badge at another council, or whatever. You do need to make sure you put this for the Texas certification. So, and again, it's in that document, and you can just double click it in the chat, and then it'll download it to whatever device you're on. Okay, does everybody see it now?
Mr. Henry, so you add that number to your YPT, is that what it is that we
Yes.
have to do?
Yes, it should be on all certificates issued for completion of this course. So yes, for the Boy Scouts of America Youth Protection Certificate that you download, you need to make sure that this approval number for the state of Texas is on you written on that certificate somewhere visible and clearly.
So it's handwriting, that's okay, or?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
The reason it's handwritten is because we're not in Oklahoma, we're not in somewhere else, and each state would do their own. And the Boy Scouts of America is not going to do 50 states with no large group of programmers in our organization right now. So this is the most effective method to get that taken care of. It'd be 51 different councils.
Question.
There are a lot of more councils, 300 councils, I think.
Question.
Yes.
Okay, so you're saying our current YPT that we have that's not expired, all we do is add that number to it,
That's
and
correct.
that gives us some sort of protection?
Yes.
Yeah.
State,
Okay.
state issues.
Okay.
And Mr. Henry, if they print it out from their My.Scouting, on the bottom of the certificate on that blue, it has that number already printed.
And on they've already got it in Texas now?
Yeah, the certificate on the bottom, if it's the new course, on the bottom of the date, they actually
Oh,
added.
okay. So it's the newest iteration. Okay, well,
Yeah,
they did do it. They said they weren't going to do that.
They did it for us.
It's good. Okay, so take the new course and print it out, and you're good. But that's
So we
the
do have to
background
take
on
the
it.
new course, right?
To
Yeah,
get
'cause I
the
think-
number printed on the form, yeah, apparently.
We just can't reprint our current YPT.
I can't
No,
tell you.
because our current one, I think, will print as YC like 01. I think that's the one that we have. The
Okay.
01 is the one that we have. And I mean, it's still current, but it's not the one that's on the letter. And I just learned that last night because one of my 18-year-olds had the other one and they got dropped. So we had to fix that.
Thank
Okay.
you for sharing that, because I
Okay.
just
Yeah.
looked at ours and some of, it says the Y06 on the right bottom corner. That's really cool. Thank you for sharing.
Oh, cool. All right. All right. Well, there's a background on it anyway. All right. Patty, you want to share the agenda again?
Sure.
And you might have an announcement.
Yes, I have an announcement. Well, first of all, I want to congratulate PAC 500 because again, they win the Chachos Award for the second year in a round. They were awarded on our banquet last February. So congratulations to PAC 500. Thank you very much for your committee, for your commitment to roundtables, and keep on the good work. Okay, so for this month, we have a tie, and we're very happy. It's Troop 11, Troop 319, and PAC 500 again. Congratulations.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, guys. It's great. Go ahead and show the agenda.
Let me look.
I might have it here, Patty. I don't know if you changed anything down low or not. Let me see here. Okay. No, get rid of that. Thought I had to. Okay.
Got it, Mr. Henry.
Okay. All right. Well, scroll on down. We do have some trainings coming up. The Wood Badge is completing this weekend. We have and we've started talking about this more recently. I understand is the district committees. We need district committee chairman for each district, and then committee members. We don't have enough for the district. We really are wanting to do things like the scout show that we used to do at the district level. We want to do camporees at the district level, but we need committee members to bring that up. And we need a chairman to help build those districts. And again, we're looking for business folks in the community to be representative of those positions. The troop scout masters, cub masters, you guys have your hands full. You don't need to be doing anything like that. And the Scouts BSA or the Boy Scouts of America wants to get community involved in building the support for scouting. So that's what we're looking for the district level. You'll see the coming events there. The council camporees coming up. Anybody would like to talk about that? It's on the 21st through the 23rd.
Ada, you're the program director.
You're muted.
Okay, so for the Cub Master, it's actually Cassie that's the program director for it, but it is a STEM. It's ready to go. I know that Mr. Miranda has worked really hard, and Cassie's working really hard too. And it's supposed to be really exciting STEM-based program for the Cubbies. So
And that's on 5/19 to 21.
That's the third weekend of May, 5/19 through the 21. And registration is up, And so everything is ready to go for that.
Okay. Anybody talk about the Cub Scout, the Scouts BSA Council Camporee for April the 21st to the 23rd?
That one I can, yes, that one we're good to go. I've been out there. I was out there today. We do have, today looked really nice, guys. Today it was nice and fresh, and it was like a good day to have like I was already about like what Mr. Henry's talking about. I was imagining already woodwork projects, maybe some welding, some automotive, like having one of those weekend where merit badges are like those kind of merit badges would love this kind of weather. That way we're not sweating too much. But I can, if we have this kind of weather in Camporee, it's going to be so great because the kids are going to be running and they have their relays and everything is good to go. It's a little more formal. It's not like the fall. It is where our scouts should be polishing. So we want them to really work these next 3 weeks if they're coming over and try to polish some of those skills and really look sharp.
Okay, thanks. And again, the registration's up, and I encourage you to register for that. The 4th annual fishing tournament, the family fishing tournament. Who's going to talk about that? Raul?
It's Raul. Yeah, me and Roger are leading the committee on that. We've gotten, of course, we got adult leaders. I've already gotten some sponsors. I believe we already have. Well, I've collected 600. Some of the other gentlemen have collected money on that side. We've turned them into the council already, so we've gotten sponsorship money for it as well. We are going to be providing bait. We did get sponsors for that. The council's already put in the PO for the patches. They're new patches. They actually have a saltwater fish or redfish on them, so they look pretty cool. I've submitted the quote for the trophies, so I'm just pending the PO for that. Everything looks good. I'm gonna go back out to Laguna Station. We went this past Saturday. We picked up all the palm tree leaves that fell from the wind and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go back out there and do a little bit of painting, making sure that the nails are, put in place. I mean, they're not sticking out or anything like that. Make it a little safer for everybody. But that's gonna be April 29th. Mr. Henry, I was going to ask you, I had sent you the update, but it seems like the update and the previous rules, I guess were together. One of the things is that we made it that it was going to be Laguna Station, the area where that little map was at. It was going to be that fishing area only. We weren't going to allow people to go to the coast or fishing on boat or anything like that. I'm not sure. I couldn't see the whole thing, so I didn't know if they got intertwined or not. But I did see the older picture there. But besides that, that's it. It looks like it's going to be good. We need everybody to register for it. If you can, we're going to have trophies for the Cubbies, for Scouts, for Sea Scouts, Explorers, everybody. We have a big grand prize trophy that I still need to talk to the committee on how we're going to give that one out. So I mean, it should be fun. I hope everybody can make it.
Okay. Thank you. Reshare, Patty? Or was that me?
It's me.
Okay.
No, it was me.
Okay.
Okay. You don't see it?
No.
Okay. You see it now?
It's coming up. There we go.
Okay. Mr. Henry, give me just one second. I would like to add to what Ada was telling us about Camporee. It's very important that leaders please read your leader's guide, because every year we get surprise faces that we didn't know this or we didn't know that. There's some changes. One of those is that uniform inspections and flag ceremony, they're gonna be required. Okay, so we used to do the uniform inspections in the morning. We're not gonna do them like that anymore, but we're gonna check in uniforms at flag raising. So please tell your scouts to be ready and we do it like that. So they don't lose time in the morning. So we're gonna work like this time. and they're gonna be required. So make sure you know that your scouts are fully uniformed. Read your leader's guide, please. Okay, thank you.
Is there anybody here for the Pinewood Derby races? Anybody want to speak to that? I know Rick is looking for folks to sign up. It is on the sign up, but the hasn't been any sign up that I've seen. So encourage folks to do that. Let's see. Shooting sports.
Omar and I can both speak on that one.
Mhm.
These guys, for us to get Edwin to finish the instructor training is we just can't do it. We have to have a level 2 NRA instructor to do that class. So it's hard to get that. So this date, if we can get as many people to be able to sign up, one for May 20th, you have to do the basic first. So it's a 2-part class. So the basic first is our shooting sports team can handle that. So Omar and myself and Narciso will be there handling that, getting as many people possible to do that. And that has to be required and done for the level 2 instructor to come in and be able to do the basic instructor training. And so without those two, you can't, or without the first one, you can't have the second one. And we get these, we're lucky if we get these twice a year. So right now is an opportune time to tell everybody that would like to come and be certified, because you can't come out to the range with a shooting sports director permission after you're qualified and he watches you. So you can come over to the range and set up stuff, but you have to take these trainings. So I would encourage you guys to send at least 2 people from your troop to be able to do this. It helps a lot and it's a lot of fun. So the date is for the BIT, for the basic rifle training, is going to be the 20th of May. That's Saturday. It is the same date as the Cub weekend, but we kind of have this prior to the Cub weekend and we can't move it. So we can't move it. And then on the 3rd and 4th is when Edwin is going to come over. The level 2 instructor for NRA will come over and finish us off. And then we have, I believe you have 30, or you might get 60 days. Then you have to register everything with NRA, or else you have to start over.
Thank you. Also, on May 6th is the Scoutmaster, Assistant Scoutmaster training, as well as the Cub Leader training will also be taking place on May 6th. I didn't put that in there, but it's on the calendar. Okay.
Mike, is that going to be at Camp Perry as well?
Perry, yes.
Yes. Okay.
Those will be at Perry. Okay, summer camp's coming up. The sign up is open and ready to go. We're looking also for staff to sign up. They go to, there's a website called camp-perry.com, and it has the application for staff on there. We're looking for staff. The swimming instructor, the swimming Formulata. We're still searching for someone to qualify for that, and we'll send them to school for that. We're otherwise we're ready to go. Merit badges are ready to be signed up for, and again, it's on that same place that I haven't added it to the drop down menu on our homepage, but it is on the calendar, July 7th. The 3rd through 7th, and July 10th through 14th of the week 1 and 2. And staff week is the last week of June. So those are ready to go. Also, I don't know if Tony's here, Tony Garza, but International Camporee is coming up in September, and he's looking for scouts to design the patch for that event. And if you know any scouts that are interested in doing that, give them Tony's email address to and make sure they copy you as the YPT. They can design the patch for this international camporee. Spookery is. I'm sorry.
Here's Mr. Tony. Mr. Tony, do you want to add something to the international camporee?
Okay, is here.
Yes, I'm not doing it. I don't know who's gonna do it, so you gotta ask Rudy about it.
Okay.
Okay. So we're gonna check that. How about the patch?
No, the patch had a deadline, but it's past due, but
Okay. So we'll double check.
Okay. All right.
Thank
Spookery.
you.
Spookery, Fall Camporee. You can see all those are coming up later on in the year. Right after summer camp is the National Jamboree. I haven't heard much else about that. Like, I know that they've got the crews ready, and there's plenty that they're ready to do there. Anybody want to make a comment about the Jamboree? I know you guys are in the ready.
Yeah, we're just a reminder that they did change the date, our overnight, so that the kids can practice the skills that they're learning is going to be at Camp Perry at the end of April. So if they haven't gotten that update, it was supposed to be in June or somewhere in May, but Oscar changed the date, and it will be the overnight where at Camp Perry will be the last weekend of April.
And the scouts going to National Jamboree may want to do some summer camp staff to get a little cash before they go to Jamboree. So you might put that word out for me. Okay. Patty, commissioners.
Sorry, I couldn't find my microphone. Once more, again, I've been seeing some comments on the chat. If you need any help with starting any units or reviving some of the units, or you need help, please give us a call. Several of the commissioners are here. Here's Ms. Enriquez is here, Mr. Enriquez is here, Tony Garza is here, Mr. Henry, myself. Please, Joel is here. Please make sure you reach out to us. Also, if there are some things that you need, please reach out to us first so we can guide you on the right direction. That will be much easier for you. Usually we have the information firsthand before you go to directly to council. So if you have any questions, please give us a call or look again. If you don't know who's your commissioner, call us or give us a call. Or reach out to us. We will write. If you don't have a commissioner also, we're limited in commissioners. I think we're just like 9. So be patient with us. We're trying to help as much as we can. Thank you.
All right, thanks. Okay, go back to the shared screen, Patty. I think that's pretty much it. We, the only other thing would be a report of the camp and report of state. Ida was mentioning how great the condition of the camp is. I know that they're working on getting some of the things ready for Wood Badge coming up, not this weekend, but next weekend. And we're excited about that. And for the folks attending that, I think you're going to find a lot of great things come out of some of the ticket items there. Patty, anything else?
No, we're just very happy. We finished at 8:17. So, and it was an excellent roundtable. Our BSA break room was very active, very intense. I'm sure the other break rooms too. Please keep on coming. There's a lot of information, and we want to hear what your success and what are the things that we can all share. We can all learn from each other. Thank you very much.
All right. One more time, any last questions or answers? Okay,
Everybody have a wonderful Easter.
yes. Have a
Thank you.
blessed Easter, and we're going to ask Joel to close our meeting for us with a prayer. Thank you, Joel.
Let's take our thoughts to the Lord. Heavenly Father, we thank you, Lord, for allowing us to meet. Thank you, Lord, for allowing us to have a program that honors you, Lord, that glorifies you. And we're looking forward to celebrating Easter with you, Lord. So be with each and every one of us as we go to our families and to our units, Lord, and to worship you greatly. For it's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
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 God bless you all. Thank you for being here tonight.
Thank
Good night,
you.
guys.
I have a few questions for you.
Uh-oh.
No,
Go ahead.
just quick for that, for the registration for May 20th for the rifle instructor, is that on the calendar? Can you register for the website?
Yes.
I can't hear you. Yeah, okay. And then no, and then how about the swimming?
The swimming for
Do any of the
So
swimming for adults?
the swimming for the adults, it is not up yet. So let me work on getting the pool ready for camporee, and then we'll see if we can put some of that stuff. And you're talking about the swim and rescue, right? Like to do the swim and rescue?
Mhm.
Aha. Yeah, I could send
That's
you.
me on that one.
Yes. Yeah.
Just been
I could,
waiting.
okay. Yeah, I could send you how to start warming up. I mean, the water's been kind of cold too. I mean, it's not like where you can just jump in. Hopefully it'll be better by camporee. And yeah, so we usually start like in May. And do you need it by a certain time?
No, I was just trying to have
Okay.
it whenever
yeah.
it present itself that we would need it.
I think the first thing I'm going to try to start is to try to have those this, and you can come too, adults can come to start practicing the swimming, because I know a lot of them have to have their swim checks, and they'll have to have them before they go to certain camps, and so they'll start doing that. And so yeah, I'll get with Mr. Henry, and we'll start putting some of those dates on those weekends. But as soon as the water gets a little warmer, and it's ready to go, then we can get there. If not, then I'll see if I can find different areas that'll let us go in, like an indoor pool of some sort. So
Very cool. All right. I wanted to, the plastic thing that y'all have that you and is it Mr. Raul who has it?
Raul, yes.
Where can you show me up close? Because I saw it from far, but it looked real small. But
They're actually like those ID patches where you kind of just put like when you go to a conference.
Is it the one that back in the day we used to give during extravaganza?
You could.
Extravaganza, the plastic one that you put the little paper inside.
Yeah, you could use that. You could use that as well. He had one like for, I'm not sure if he's still on here, but he had the one that he had was.
What it is, it's a thing that you can carry on your
like your badge.
Or like a badge, yeah.
Okay.
Like an access badge. So you can put all different types of cards on there. It's
So
just that I put multiple.
What size card is that? Is that plastic or is that just like a thin plastic?
It's a plastic sleeve that goes that you insert the card in.
What size is that? Like a wallet size, kind of
It's
like
a wallet size card, yeah. It's bigger than a wallet size.
That is so cool. And then what you have your BSA ID card, and then what else do you have on there?
I have 2 merit badge. I have my youth protection, my hazardous weather training. I have my Balu training. I have my safety afloat training, and I have my safe swim defense.
Okay, so all your little training things, like so when you fit those online, the certificate. So how did you get the certificate so small? I guess you Zoom, like you.
What I did is that well, of course I save them. What I do is I use my snipping tool and I make them smaller.
Oh.
And then I put them all on one page and I print it, so then I cut them out.
Okay. I'm gonna have to work on that. I'm not that savvy.
Yeah.
I think
I
you
think
use the,
that's a wonderful idea. Eh? That's very good. Thank you for sharing.
it's
I
a,
like it.
it's a 2x3, right? You did the 2x3 card, like,
Yes.
yeah.
I like
So,
guys.
so if you do your Word or if you do your Google Sheets, you just use it and just make sure it's a 3" by 2" and it should fit those cards. And what I wanted to do, I wanted to go downtown, because downtown here, maybe even downtown in McAllen, they sell packages of all of those very, very inexpensive. I think it's like, because B bottom last time for a different event that we had, and I was really surprised if they had them and they were not expensive at all. So I was like one pack was like, I think it had like 60 of them, and it was like $12 for 60.
Oh,
So
wow. That's cool.
yeah, so it was very, very affordable. So that's why I was like, it's good to like kind of come as an incentive for the parents. And once they like that, I'm sure they're gonna fall in love with it because it's so convenient. So he has like the safety afloat, safe swim defense, because if he's doing a water activity, he's already trained. So he has if he's going to be doing water activities, he's got his proof for training. If he's driving, if he's going to be driving scouts and he's got other scouts, and you have your drive safety on there. So you have your drive safety on there. And then for everything, we're supposed to have hazardous weather regardless. Like all your adults that are running thing, you should have hazardous weather. So like all of it, it's not for camp necessarily, like because we're under somebody else, but for troop stuff, we have to have all that.
Yeah, that's so awesome though. Like, and like you said, you have it in the glove and it's there. Like that's the part that really got me. It's like,
The reason I did it is because one time I was at a Camp Perry and a gentleman by the name of Andrew Duros gave me a hard time. No, I'm just joking, Andrew.
He said, show me proof. And he's
like, show me proof or get out of here. So I had to show him the proof.
And then where did you buy that one in particular? Like those, did you?
I can check at work. The thing is that we're CT PAT, so every employee has to have an ID badge on them. So when they're walking around, part of the federal program is that we have to be able to identify them. I mean, I know everybody that's there. It's just that if they were to come by and audit us, they have to have that proof.
Right. Well, with us, we have to have our badge on at all times. So I have all the little round badge things. That's easy to come by. It's just the little plastic things. Our work one is, we have our CAT card and it's in the hard one that we slide in, but those are like they're kind of like little covers, and I really like that one.
They're actually, what you can do is like, you can find them on Amazon. You can find them like under access control card covers.
Okay.
Yeah, so you'll find them in there. They sell them like in a bulk of 100.
Yeah, I just thought that's the coolest thing. Like not necessarily for camp, like Ada said, but just for us to have, like when we're doing all the other activities that we do.
I mean, because sometimes you go somewhere and your internet's not working, so there's no way to access, Scout Book and then go to your trainings and or somebody to verify. So
and
I mean, just have them right there.
And that big notebook, like for me, I don't want to be carrying my big Scout Master notebook, because I know it's something separate. Like if I'm doing something separate at Camp Perry, then I have my stuff. Merit Badge Counselor, I want to have my Merit Badge Counselor thing, and it's there. So yeah.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I'm gonna do that for myself since I'm always trying to.
And then show it off how good it looks, and you're gonna make people want to do it.
I gotta learn how to snip it first.
Have extras to sell.
Yeah, and then you pass them out. Yeah, because it is really cool. It's very convenient.
If I get a big one of those Amazon like 60 thing or whatever, I'll just take the 5 that I need or however many I need, and I'll donate the rest to whoever might want it. I got to learn the snippet tool first.
Yeah. Well, if you don't get it by Camporee, we'll play with it. That way you can see how cool it is.
Yeah. No, I more than likely I'll try my hardest because Camporee's creeping up and
you're gonna want to be like, I got mine.
I gotta add that to my to-do list, to my million other stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yes, thank you guys so much for showing that off.
Yeah,
A Roundtable works.
it does.
right.
Ms. Garcia, do I win an award for anything for showing off?
Oh, yeah, I think so.
There you go. I want it at the next council dinner.
Yeah, you know what? We're gonna make you our host next time.
There you go. And then my award, I'm gonna put it in one of those sleeves.
You know, I will buy you a trophy if you make one for me. How about
There you go.
No, very good, very good. And Lisette, you did an amazing job. Thank you very much. Your explanation and why it's important to have those health records handy all the time. It's very good. Thank you for such a good explanation.
I want to get the leaders out there as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
And, you know, if everything is, you know, there's so many, well, there was a lot of troops that were just like, here, boom, everything was there exactly. I think Ada had even hers in alphabetical order, right? Was it?
Yeah, Patty's been doing it for a long time too, for
Yeah.
a troop.
Yeah.
So Joel said he wanted to register for that May 20th rifle thing with you, Ava. Just he's gonna do it. And then I have another thing too. You know what? I have to register. Sorry guys, I'm not on the roster yet for shoot for Camporee. Joel just reminded me, he's all, you're not registered for Camporee. I said, well, are you and Noah registered for Camporee? He said, yeah. I said, and you couldn't register me with you guys.
You know what? Before y'all forget, y'all need to register for the fishing tournament as well.
Oh yes,
There
definitely.
you go.
Okay.
I'm looking out for that one. That's a nice day out.
I'll sign up.
Remember, for
sorry.
staff, Lisette, I'll send you the link, okay? For Camporee, because it's for staff. Maybe that's why you know. Mhm.
Yeah, because Joel registered as a participant because he didn't know. So he's registered already as a participant, even though he's gonna be
On
there
staff.
with staff, but he's registered already, so I'm not worried about that. But
Okay.
I didn't know there was a special link because I went to register right now while the meeting, because I said, shoot, if I don't do it now, I'm gonna forget. And then I did it, but then I saw the other ones and I said, okay, and I went to register, but then I don't know what happened. I was like, I gotta get out of it because there was other things to discuss. So, if you send me the link, I'll register tonight.
Hey,
No.
another thing on the fishing tournament, the volunteers, they're experienced anglers, and we all made the decision not to register for the tournament. We're all going to become volunteers. So the reason that we put that in place, because we're gonna let the kids actually catch their fish. You know, we're not gonna be there catching all the fish and taking it away from them. You know what I'm saying? We all decided, you know, it's not fair. A lot of us go fishing every weekend. When Ada doesn't have us cleaning a bike trail or anything like that, you know, so we always do a lot of fishing. So we're gonna give them that opportunity, and we're gonna pull away from that, you know, just to help them out. So I mean, if everybody's like, no, well, there's guys that fish all the time. No, a lot of those guys, they pulled out and they said, you know what, we're just gonna volunteer. We're not gonna actually join or, you know, catch a fish and give it to our kids. You know, we're gonna say, you know what, our kids are actually volunteering as well.
Very cool. That's awesome.
Yeah. So everybody has a chance.
So I know I have you cleaning bike trails, but look, I'm going to show you why, you know, because look, that little guy right there, that's that famous little cactus that you only find at Camp Perry.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
That's cool. Hey,
so
go ahead.
Go on.
No, I was gonna tell you is that my cousin called me the other day and he said that he was at Camp Perry and he had donated a backhoe or some excavator there with Rudy. And I was like, okay. And then I started talking to him. I said, you know what? I never thought about it, but we're cleaning bike trails. And he goes, well, I can donate a Bobcat if you want. And I was like, that would be great.
Mhm.
Serious? Are you
Yeah.
serious with a bobcat?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Oh.
Art
He
de Luna
says-
is gonna love you. Art de Luna
said-
is breaking his back right now.
Well, he
Making
said,
goals.
if we pick it up on Friday, we got to turn it back in on Monday.
On this Friday.
No. Whatever Friday I ask him for it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll
So
let
when we
I'll let
make it-
Rudy
when we
I'll
make
let
a new-
Rudy and Art I'll let Rudy and Art know because they're digging holes like they're
Yeah.
like, you want to help? I was like, I only do that kind of work for my grandma. That's it.
There you go.
It hurts.
Yeah. Well, he already donated I think it was a backhoe or a excavator, one of the two.
Okay.
And Rudy was there with him. So Rudy knows who he is.
Cool.
Okay. Liz, I already sent you the staff link, okay?
Perfect.
By email. Mhm.
I'll sign up for May 20th. So sign me up for May 20th. So
Right.
I've gotta get off. I have to go to another meeting right now.
Okay.
Nice meeting you.
It was a
Nice.
pleasure meeting you all. I
Bye,
see a lot of you all,
everybody.
but
Good to
Thanks,
see you.
everybody. I
enjoyed it.
appreciate it.
Thank you. You
Good
all
to
have
see
a
all
good
the
Happy
new
Easter.
faces.
Happy
We're Badgers. We're
Easter.
Badgers.
Yes.
Buffaloes.
Buffaloes.
Buffaloes.